Okay. So let me just talk about you singles because you have some good things coming through. Singles people, we have here the world and we have here the magician. So single people, this is your energy. You're showing up here as the magician, which basically means you're a very popular person. You're very likable. You know how to switch between a serious conversation, a dramatic conversation, and a lighthearted conversation. You're able to meet people where they are. And because you're able to be very versatile, very fast thinking, very fast on your feet, and like the life of the party, essentially, I feel like you are able to emotionally reach a lot of people. And so this is a very, very good card that indicates somebody who's very dynamic and they know how to adjust their expectations. They know how to adjust their needs and their communication style in order to accommodate another person, in order to make them feel comfortable. So this is a very good card. It's like a very popular guy or girl. And I feel like this is your energy for those who are single. A lot of people will be attracted to you. A lot of people like that you exude a very optimistic, a very bubbly energy and a very intelligent and sophisticated energy too. And so a lot of people will be, attracted to you, and they will be coming through with offers for dating, offers for going out, offers for, coffee, whatever it is. And so I feel like there are a lot of people that will be showing their interest, okay? And while you're dealing with this, I feel like there's some things from the past that's still not resolved. This is like wanting closure. This is like unfinished business with another person from your past. So I feel some of you are, even though you have all of these suitors, even though you're, in a very good position, even financially, and you want to really expand your circle, you want to go out, you want to meet the right person. I feel like there's somebody from the past that you haven't found the closure with, okay? And so let's talk about the past. We have here the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups. Some of you might have been dealing with a water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this is a person that was very, very passive aggressive, conflict avoidant, and they took a really long time to make a decision. They're very, I feel like they have a good heart. Generally, they have a good heart and they seem to me to be honest. But I also feel as if I'm sensing like they're quite flirtatious. Okay. I'm sensing like they're very, very, it was hard to pin them down. Like they're very flirtatious. And I feel like they might have been flirting, even though they were pursuing you, they were also pursuing other people. And I feel like you saw the potential with that person. And I feel almost as if, this is the Seven of Cups. It's like the expectations versus reality. You like the way that you both look together in the relationship. Like, you like the way that other people saw you in the relationship. So it was something that was very ego gratifying. But I also feel almost as if you both were not compatible. And I feel like the differences became very jarring when you got to know each other. And I also feel as if you might have had a lot of options, or they might have had a lot of options, and they kept their options open. Okay, so there's something here about somebody's not being very sincere. And I feel like it might have been the person that you were dealing with. You realized that, and I feel like you moved on. You're trying to move on with your life. You're trying to move on with your life. And you're in a really good position now to date. And that's for singles. And for singles, you have here another fire sign, a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. And I feel like this is somebody that might have children of their own, or they might have had like a broken engagement or some type of a marriage of, from the past. Okay. So I feel like you have another fire sign that is really, pursuing you. That is just, I feel like they're almost like aggressive. So this is somebody who's a lot more assertive, a lot more direct. And so you're not going to have to play the guessing game with them. So I feel like some of you have this new person in the picture. And then others of you have another king. And both of these king in the upright position indicate to me, people that are ready, people that are clear about their communication and about their intention. So whoever you were dealing with in the past, it was kind of annoying because I feel like you had to figure them out. They were very indirect. And so they're telling you that, okay, leave that situation, move on. And you have some people that are very direct. So you also have another air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And this is somebody really smart. I feel like they might be in the, I'm seeing like, they might be a student, but you know, like, I'm not seeing like a, a college student. I'm seeing like somebody who is in graduate school, who is in medical school, who's in law school, somebody who's in the graduate profession, okay, like graduate school. They might have, they're just really intelligent. I feel like this is a person that can entertain you for hours, just talking. So great conversation, great chemistry, great passion. And I feel like for those dealing with this air sign, you're really going to like this person. They mentioned something about their hands. So I'm seeing like, might be a surgeon, might be even like a computer, you know, like a technician. So they're mentioning something about their hands. Like they work with their hands, they work with their voice. They might be a chef even, a chef. So somebody who's working with their hands. So that's for singles. Things are looking really good. I feel like there's a relationship that can be solidified, especially for those who are single, who are dating. Get yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Okay. You have a lot of options and you need to let the person from the past go. Okay. And then for others of you, let's talk about the crowning reading. The crowning energy is what you are thinking about. We have here 5 of Cups, overcoming sadness and regrets. There was a relationship from your past. You wish it could have panned out a specific way, and I feel like it might have ended abruptly, and you're kind of like left holding, you know, this empty cup. Like, what happened? What exactly happened? Was it my fault? Was it their fault? Like, what exactly happened? So I feel like there's some things here where you're just like, okay, I've I've moved past it. I'm trying to, you know, move on. So overcoming sadness and regrets, overcoming things from the past. And I also feel some of you might have been dealing with somebody with alcohol issues. Okay. We have as well the devil, and this brings me to the alcohol substance abuse. The devil in the reverse, overcoming past patterns of behavior and especially destructive behaviors or unwise decisions, unwise behavior. So overcoming bad habits, vices in order to get yourself to a very, very good space here, and overcoming people that might have had those addictive personalities so that you can move on and you can date somebody who's a lot more lucid and who's a lot more clear. So good energy overall. The foundation here is something that you're in the, that you bring, that you already know coming into the month of February. We have the 8 of Coins, and the 8 of Coins is like working diligently. This is what I also call like manifesting, conjuring up. This is what is also comes in when people are like online dating. Okay. So you're looking at all the other people's portfolios or even their, profiles, and you're trying to decide who's the best option for me. You're trying to find Mr. or Mrs. Right. You're trying to think about qualities that you're looking for. So I feel a lot of you are single dating, and I feel like you have several options, and I feel like 3 options of people you're talking to. And I feel that you're going to be able to narrow 2 of them down. Okay. Which is great. Narrowing down options is always good. And we have as well the Emperor in the reverse position. And the Emperor in the reverse position is showing up here as, I want to say, like, you might be, it feels almost as if you might have been in a relationship, and I feel almost like somebody might have broken up with you guys. So sorry. But I feel like somebody might have broken things off and it really hurt your self-esteem. And so you're single, you're trying to get over them, you're trying to begin anew. You're putting yourself out there socially dating. But there's still a sense of like a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, like a self-esteem thing that's affecting your ability to meet new people. So if that's the case, I can't just, you know, tell you to let it go. I can't do that because you're dealing with it and you're getting over it. So I feel like you're going to get over it. You're going to expand your social and dating life, and you're going to realize that you're a very good catch. But I feel like this past person, for some reason, you felt like they were also a very good catch. It's almost as if you conjured up, this ideal dating life that you wanted to have with them. And then things were cut short very abruptly. So the whole dating scenario never came to fruition. And so I feel like you're not able to move on, not because of the person, but because, you thought it was going to be a certain way and then things ended abruptly. So I hope that allows you to move on, Leos, because I feel like you've got some good things in your future. Okay. With this card, this is also a card telling you to give your love to somebody else. Move on, move away from the past. Give your love to somebody else. Step out of your comfort zone. And, trust that the new person is not going to be like the old person. All right. So you've got a river in front of you, and, it's the horse is a little bit hesitant. It's a little bit trepidatious about, do I cross? Do I move forward? Because it feels almost as if moving forward means closing that door for good from the past and charting new territory. So I feel like you're kind of like on the cusp of trying to move forward. Okay. And that's always good. So, in terms of your ninth house deals with, higher education. It also deals with long distance travel. We have the Hierophant here. Responsibilities of the family might not allow you to travel, like take long trips, take long vacations. I feel a lot of you are planning a vacation, and I feel like you're also thinking about, I want to get away. The household situation might be a little bit too overwhelming, and so you want to get away, but the household responsibilities is not allowing you to get away. So it's kind of like you're in a circular pattern. It's not bad, but I feel like you might want to get away. Okay. Household responsibilities, though, and especially family obligations, family responsibilities, might not allow you to do just that. Higher education with the Hierophant. Let's talk about this, because this is something that, it's going to apply, I feel, to a big majority, but not everybody. Okay. So keep that in mind. I usually look at the higher education as well as the career track card, like together. And both of these things indicates to me that some of you might have, for whatever reason, might have had to drop out of school, might have started something like a course, a training vocational course, even like, actual, like community college, going into a university. You might have started something and you feel like you didn't, for whatever reason, you couldn't finish it. For whatever reason, you wanted to finish it, but you couldn't. And now you're starting to realize that the career track is a little bit limited. You're not able to get the jobs that you want, or maybe like you're getting the jobs, but the salary is a lot lower than your peers who might have had like a college education, or might have graduated and gone on to higher education. So I feel there's a little bit of a sore spot here, and I feel some of you are dealing with a little bit of regrets regarding not being able to finish school. Okay. On another level, what I'm also sensing is it's almost like going to school for something, and you feel like you went to school, you got through it, and you feel like, okay, I chose this major because it's very financially lucrative, but you might realize that you're not 100% happy. Okay. Like it's like reality versus expectations. You feel like you're not happy. And then others of you with the Hierophant in the reverse, you're literally still in school, and school is taking a really long time. It's a very, very slow card. And I feel like you might have had a lot of enthusiasm when you started the school, the coursework, but over time, you might realize that, oh my gosh, it's taking so long. It might take like 4 years. It might take 5 years. Some of you might be in the medical profession. And so you're starting to see like you're starting to project into the future, and you're seeing like all the schooling that needs to happen. And I feel some of you are having second thoughts. Okay. And I do see a lot of medical professionals. So, med school takes a really long time. And so I feel like you're having second thoughts. You're not really sure if this is still the right career path. And then others of you, I feel like you want to get out into the world and just start earning. And so the schooling track, it's becoming a little bit of a burden for you. My advice here is, try to get through the summer time frame, have that little bit of a reprieve, like that break away from school, and see how you feel. Because I feel like you want a vacation. You're a little bit burned out, and like emotionally, I feel like mentally you're a little bit overtaxed. And so just, keep that in mind, keep that into perspective. School is a good investment. And so I feel that this is not a decision that you can rescind lightly, okay? So just keep at it, wait until the May timeframe, June timeframe, and see what happens. I do see some of you having to speak to authority figures in the school environment. So this can be, people working on their dissertation, master's thesis, even working on their honors thesis. So there's almost like some pressure. They want you to do a specific thing and you feel like that's not the best way to do it. So I feel like some pressure coming through from authority figures in a school setting, in an institutional, like educational setting, that you might not agree with. But I do feel like it's they're saying it's tough love coming through on the school setting. Okay. So just keep at it, Leos, and wait until the summer time frame. Things are going to get better. All right. Career track, we have here the 10th house with the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups basically means that in order to get to the career that you want, I do feel that for many of you, it's kind of like it's an uphill climb. You have to discipline yourself. So no more, going out past midnight with friends. I feel like you're going to have to discipline yourself. You're going to have to really think about all the, I want to say like, it's like that whole process about padding your resume in order to land that perfect career. Okay. So you're going to have to make some sacrifices about leisure activities in order to like volunteer, in order to take on a second job so that you have that very, very, good resume padded. Okay. I'm sensing for some of you, you might be in a career track, right? And you might realize that you're being overworked and it's kind of like sucking the fun out of it. It's making you lose your passion, your ambition for that job. So I feel like that's also something that's happening here. It doesn't mean it's bad, but I feel like it's something that might have been, it's something that you didn't anticipate to come into the picture so soon. Okay. And let's talk about the father figure, because I feel almost as if, with the mother and the father in the household environment that you grew up in, I feel like one person was very, very traditional, orthodox. Like, they want, they have very, very strict rules. And I feel like the other person might have been very lax, very lenient with you. And they didn't provide the structure. So I feel like there's a little bit of a clash between parents when you were growing up as to, who's the disciplined person, who's the person in the position of authority. But I feel like there was a lack of structure. And I feel like you're understanding that the lack of structure is also affecting you when you try to create your own family and you're not able to enforce the structure, or you're not able to understand how to create that structure. So there's a little bit of I almost want to say like a vagrant, like a runaway type of energy in your home environment. And it's not feeling very stable to me right now.